Good morning, Janice.
Hey, good morning. How are you, Kelly?
Doing great. You got the recording going already. Good for you.
I do. I do. I didn't want to miss it.
Right on.
Yeah.
I see you got your painting already started.
Well, I sketched out a bit of a face here. And one eye is crooked, but get a
Hey,
base
didn't
going.
you know that in life nothing is symmetrical?
That's right. Well, yeah, exactly. Her one eye is not the same as the other. I like
Yeah.
this one. I need to fix that one. So
So
And
turn
I
her upside down, and then you can not think of it as an eye. There you go. Now you can just change the shape. Because you're gonna just keep making the same adjustment.
maybe, but yeah, okay. Where's my
That's always been my experience with eyes. I can't
Why?
get it right, and then I change it to upside down, and it's like, oh wow, there it is.
Yeah, okay. We'll try that.
We'll try it or we'll do it.
We'll
Oops,
try it.
Janice.
Ah, hi, Micah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry, Kelly. Yes, we will. We'll do. There is no
Right
try.
on.
There is only do. Okay. Ah, and we have help today. Hi,
Yes, Liam is doing paint day with us today.
Oh, right on. What are
Is that
you
what you're
painting
gonna
today?
Okay.
He can't hear us, right?
Yeah, he can hear you. I
Oh,
don't
good. Okay.
sounds in. I'll put him in when we are chatting so that he won't. Oh, this is what Liam's gonna paint.
Oh, wow.
love it. Oh, that's very cool. A unicorn. Yeah.
I'm doing the tail first.
Okay. Mhm.
All right. Well, I just was saying my eye is the wrong size, so Kelly told me to turn it upside down. I don't know, Kelly. I don't know.
I
But
did tell you. I didn't suggest it. I told you.
you did. You just turn it upside down.
Yeah. Whenever I'm struggling with that face, and lips are the worst, because especially if it's somebody that I know very familiar and I know they've got that little crook in their lip. Because okay, I know they have that. And it's like, no, that's not right. So then I turn it upside down and all it becomes is shapes and lines.
Well, I'm glad it works for you. I need a different eraser. I have my eraser that I need is not here. That's okay. We'll just wait for everyone to get here and then we'll start with our meditation. I hope today's a better day for you guys.
It
We're
is for
making-
me.
we're
I don't
making
know
it-
about everybody else.
We're making it work.
Yeah.
After we set the date for today, I got another request to watch the other set of littles,
Oh, is that right?
for starting at 9:30. And I said, no, today's a me day. Sorry.
Well, good for you. And they figure it out, right?
Yeah, and they only needed it for like an hour. And I thought, well, that'd be right at the beginning here, and it would be really chaotic. So,
Mm,
and they're
Well,
very hands-on. So
Liam usually has school, but it's spring break, so he doesn't have school right now.
Our spring break doesn't happen until more towards the end of April. I think around the 19th, 20th in that area.
we have ours next week, Janice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of people attach it to Easter, and our school system doesn't unless Easter falls late. So,
And it's always been like that, right?
I
in
don't know.
Alberta?
I don't
'Cause
know.
I can recall coming out there when it was our break,
Yeah, is
and
that
then
okay?
we'd go visit and nobody else
Oh,
had a break, so I was like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
waiter, and they would come here, same thing. And my kids would go to school and they would wait till they got home from school.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it different, but they do. Maybe a little better.
You're gonna put paint on it anyways.
That's right. That's right. All right. Where is everybody? Yeah. Oh, I guess it's only, well, it's 9:34. And I don't know if I've received any messages because my phone is here.
There's Lane.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So I'm trying my phone, putting my phone here on my right side to see if that's a better angle for people. It might be in my way, but we'll see. Oh, well, I'll manage. There's always so many cords everywhere. Hi, Lane. All right, well, we're gonna get started here with, one second. With our meditation. Get focused. So if you want to light your candle and create your sacred space for your painting, that would be good. Oh, we'll just let everyone get ready there.
Morning. I'm just setting up.
Good morning. Yeah, I just told everyone to get set up, get your candle, get your sacred space going. Are you set up there, Liam? Are you ready?
He's getting there. He can't hear you now because I put
Oh,
in
okay.
headphones. I had him all set up by the window, and then he was like, "So you're painting over there by yourself, and I'm painting over here by myself." And I was
Oh,
like, "Yeah," and he was like,
he's
"Oh,
such a
It's like,
sweetie.
is that okay?" He's like, "No." Like,
He's gonna come right
okay.
beside you. Oh,
No.
that's so cute. He's so cute. He's such a gentle soul, eh? You can just feel it.
Yeah, he's something else. In a good way, not in a bad way. He's
Yeah.
just always like, he'll grab books like shamanic books that I have, and he'll be like, "I think you need to read this," and I'm like, "Do you?"
Cutie. Oh, they do bring so much life.
I don't have mine right now. Here, arms up. Here, stand up.
So today the topic is on loving all of you, loving all aspects of you. And it actually fits really good into our money mindset conversation too, because we feel like we're doing something wrong when we can't manifest. We feel like if we're in fear, then we're going to manifest more fear. And I have a beautiful channeled message that came through for me 2 years ago, or maybe even longer. And I reread it and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm still trying to figure this out. It's like, oh, that message is perfect for me for this week too. And just for all of us. And it's just a reminder that we need to keep hearing this stuff over and over again to keep reminding ourselves, where we're going and how we're evolving. And there's so many ways that I have changed and shifted and expanded in the last, 2-4 years, especially. And when I reread this channeled message from my journal, I was like, okay, relevant today. Good. This is good. And so I think a lot of it is just being patient with ourselves, knowing we're human, knowing that this is not an easy walk being here on this human journey. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on for us, a lot of stuff going on for us within ourselves and also for the people around us, the people we love. And because we're in this great pool of energy, we're feeling it all. We're all mixing and mingling together in our energies. We walk past somebody on the street and there's, we can feel their energy. And so when we are able to soften and accept who we are and all of our feelings and emotions, all aspects, then there's an opening that happens for us, an opening to more guidance, to more love, to more receiving in all ways. And so we're going to get ready here. I'm going to get the music up, share my screen. What is that? There we go. And feel free to paint while we do this if you so choose, or just sit quietly, center in, take in some nice long deep breaths, bring yourself into this space. Breathing in deeply, letting the air come into your lungs, stretching your lungs, filling your belly, and letting it go in a big sigh. At your own pace, nice long deep breaths. Feels refreshing, cleansing. Just let go of everything else as much as you can. Let it all just kind of fall away. Be here, right now. Letting go of all other worries, concerns, irritation. And just come into that center of peace and calm. Place of stillness. The place where you connect to your heart, your soul. And when you bring your focus and attention there, we heighten our ability to hear, internally hear the guidance. As you're ready, come back to your normal breathing pattern and really bring that focus into your heart space, seeing that light there, the light of your soul right there in your heart. This is the gateway into your soul. So allowing your heart to soften, to open up the feelings that we're having there. The big part of accepting all of you is allowing those feelings to be there, allowing the love to come through and override any irritations, any anger, any frustration. When we open up that gateway, the love pours through. It's almost like those lower energy feelings are on the outer edges of our heart. And we can allow that light to come and radiate out and shift all those feelings for us without us trying to force it. When we relax into love and grace, it just happens for us. So let that light of your heart come through, radiate out. Let it soften all the energy around your heart and through all layers of your energy field as it expands and grows outward. And feel that love and gratitude begin to rise up in your heart. And exude out and melt into every cell and fiber of your body, your physical body, and soothe through all energetic layers till you are standing in the center of this beautiful sphere of your heart light frequency. And just be here and soften. Your feelings of anger, frustration, irritation, impatience, they're not wrong. They just are. They're part of our journey. We get the full spectrum of human emotions. And when we try to stay in one spot of our emotions, to just stay in one section of this full spectrum, it's almost like we're cutting out the colors of the rainbow to just be in one color. Allow yourself to open up to all of this. Open up to all aspects of you. Open up to the angry, raging storm. Open up to the crazy, wild woman. Open up to the soft, gentle, nurturing mother. To the daughter who wants to be held. To the lover, sexual, sensual woman. All of you. And see your heart light frequency expanding out even farther and allowing yourself to be this rainbow of color, this rainbow of energy. We fear our lower emotions, and yet when we experience them fully, we are allowed to shift and rise back up into the higher frequency, and the rise up feels so good. So imagine yourself standing here in this full spectrum of rainbow colors, of all feelings, emotions, of all parts of you. There's the part of you that is business focused, career focused. There's the part of you that is the get it done boss lady, organized. And then there's the part of you that is messy, that cries for no reason. Love her, the beauty of all of her. And just make a promise here right now that you're going to try and allow her to be, to just be. Stop trying to hold back the water. Stop trying to dam her up. Just allow her to have space to move, to experience, to express. And know that you're going to be okay no matter what. Know that you have an expanded emotional intelligence now, that when that fire rises up, that volcano is not going to erupt and burn everyone around you. You know how to handle her. You know what she needs, and you know that you can allow her to express her fire in a safe, healing way. So think of all the aspects of you. All parts of you. Where are you most afraid of yourself? What parts are you hiding or trying to control? And why? Think of your wild child inside of you. Imagine she was raised on an island without any conditioning, without anyone telling you what you should or shouldn't feel. Imagine seeing her running around, wild hair, lighting fires, getting frustrated because the fire won't start, angry, throwing things down, and then running and laughing and giggling to the highest expressions. And loving deeply. And when she's allowed to, she gets to allow that love to flow. And it flows like a waterfall, rushing, never ending, out all around her, unhindered. But we can't feel that until we allow the full spectrum. take a deep breath, feeling this expanded part of you, this expanded expression of you fully. And as we come back slowly to get ready to paint her into our canvas, no matter what we're painting, we're bringing in that full rainbow of color. Breathe in deeply. Begin to come back, becoming aware of where you are, your room, the noises around you. Wiggling and opening your eyes when you're ready. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, Micah, when I opened my eyes, your head was back like this, and Liam's was back like that too. He was copying you. He's so cute. Okay. So you guys feel free to, like, this is a great one to be writing on your canvas, just expressing your desire to be fully you. Perfect. Kelly's already doing it. Awesome.
I thought
And
I'd write on it before I started putting paint on, so
yeah.
lots of stuff you said in the meditation is in there.
Oh, perfect. That was lovely. I wasn't too sure what we were getting. So, and it just, seeing that full spectrum of a rainbow, I'm like, oh, and a beautiful way of visualizing that. And I want to read to you this message too. This channeled message was for these. I did a 12 days of manifesting. I think it was in 2020. And this came through for day 8 of our 12 days, which is what we're working through. And the thing that I was really going deep with at that time was, can I still manifest when I am in fear? When I'm in, feeling those deep feelings of fear and scarcity and worry in life that, this is happening, or this relationship issue is happening, or, this money problem is coming up, or this health problem is coming up. And one thing I do know is that it has nothing to do with where you are at in your life. I know women that have manifested big time while they are working through a divorce. I know that I personally was able to rise up and expand and manifest more into my life, even when I was feeling scarcity and fear, because it's not about where you are. Like, you only need to be in those higher energies of openness and receiving part of the day, if you want to look at your day being 100%, and half of that is, let's say, nighttime and you're sleeping. But if during your day you can even just be dropping in and feeling that relief and that expansion and that trust in yourself to manifest what it is that you desire, it's going to work even when you're in fear or scarcity other parts of the day. You don't have to expect yourself to be in receiving perfect alignment all day long. We're human. This is part of our human journey. And this is what messes it up, is when we start to say, oh, I just can't stay in alignment, right now, I suck and I'm never going to get this or that because I don't deserve it, because I'm not a soulful being, or whatever your story is. It's the meaning that we attach to those, having those feelings, that causes the problem. So it's not that we can't, like, we can have those feelings and let them flow through you and let yourself release the tightness and the gripping of trying to control your emotions. And this is like a big time lesson for me, because I have all my life tried to be in control of my emotions. And I am really working on it right now to allow myself to express and allow myself, just to feel. No one even needs to know around me. I just need to let myself feel what I'm feeling. And this is it's interesting because, like, I did that the other day. It was one of my big first steps when I was dancing on my Instagram reel, because I'm like, I felt that excitement and that I was so happy and so proud of accomplishing, that step. And most people don't see that part of me. And so, except for my girlfriends, when we go out dancing and have a, few drinks, and then all of a sudden she comes out, she's fun. But I also noticed how then yesterday I was feeling another feeling coming up, like a feeling of anger and irritation. And normally I would go, okay, let's shift this, let's stop this. And I realized then it was about, no, if you're going to feel the excitement, if you're going to allow that to flow, you also need to let this flow too. And just let it flow through you and acknowledge it. Don't try to change it. And unless it's, you're wallowing in a deep depression for long periods of time, what you're going to find is these emotions flow like currents in the water. They just come and go. And, an hour later, it's like, okay, there's something new here. There's something different. Anyways, so this channeling, my question when I sat down to write in my journal was, can I manifest my desires when I'm feeling the pain of fear or grief? And the answer came. The full spectrum of feelings is the beauty of being alive. This is the human experience. You should not hide from any of your emotions. Let yourself feel. Emotions are meant to flow, and you will ride the waves throughout your whole lifetime. The stronger you feel, the more power you are creating with. It is a strong current of emotion that is pulling the power in. So yes, you can manifest while in these feelings, and you are encouraged to feel all the feelings. It's the meaning you attach to your feelings that will determine what you manifest. Will it be your dreams or fears? Where will your focus be? You have emotions and feelings from something that happens. Instead of just riding the feeling and letting it flow through you, you attach another feeling to these feelings. You feel guilty or bad for feeling the way you do. And then you begin to feel unworthy of your desires. You punish yourself for feeling the way you do. You attach meaning to the experience. You're always worthy of everything you desire in your heart. You attach the meaning, not the universe. The universe just delivers what you feel you deserve. The meaning comes from your own perspective of what you believe the truth to be. So what exactly is the truth? There's but one truth, and that is love. All other truths are the ones each of you believe to be the truth. All other truths are the concoctions of your experiences and your perspectives. When you can let go of these illusions, you'll begin to see but one truth, and this is that you are loved, will always be loved, and have always been loved. You are worthy of all of it. So even in your human experience of pain and grief, you can manifest more beauty in your life. It's what you choose to bring through and the meaning attached to it. And so it comes back to the mind and what the conditioning of the mind is that's blocking us. So as we have these feelings, if we can just say, oh, I'm feeling another color of the rainbow. I'm just going to let that flow and move on and open up your throat chakra if it's something you need to express, and journal about it if you're afraid to express it. It's a journey. It's a journey. And so we paint.
I'm making the part of the our leg with purple and gold.
Oh, you want to show them? Okay. Oh,
Oh, nice.
I mixed up colors in accident.
mhm.
It's because I wanted to mix up colors. So I can make a different color.
Okay, it's someone else's turn to talk now, okay?
Good job, Liam. So, you guys, I need you guys I'm getting things ready for you for the end of next month, and I need you to send me if you want your logo to be different initials than what, or if you want your logo to have your name initials, or even, I mean, we could do two. If you had a business and your name, you could just let me know, right? Does that make sense for your certification?
What are you doing with it, Janice?
Well, I'll make your logo for you,
Okay.
and your initials go in the middle. So
Okay.
whatever initials you want. Mhm.
Okay, cool. Okay. Mine's just DJO.
Sorry?
That's DJO.
Okay.
I'll send it to you, but
Yeah, that would be good.
It's just Dalmain Jackie Ochar, and that's how I actually sign all of my paintings.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, because I would have just did DO. No.
Yeah. No, I add the J in there.
How's it going, you guys? What's coming up for you?
Well, when you were talking, I had like I had started a picture of myself that has some of my totems underneath it. So I had started this earlier of myself. And so I think I'm going to expand on that. And she's off to the side. So I'm almost feeling like I just want lots of light and stars shining around her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I kind of don't know how to do that with I know how you make the lights really shine when you have something bright. And how do you start that? Just with a white center or?
Yes, yes. If you have a spot that you know is going to be the main light,
Uh-huh.
keep it white, and then put like yellow around it to give it that glow.
Uh-huh.
It's lots of layers.
Okay. I'll
Um,
try it.
yeah, but I use thin glazing colors. So liquid paints.
Okay, I do have some glaze. Glazing medium.
Yep. And then
Okay.
I use a liquid. I often use nickel azo yellow. The,
I don't know if I have that one.
yeah, it's a nice bright, but it's a liquid yellow, so that helps
Hmm.
because then you get
I don't know
lot
what
of,
you mean. I don't know what you mean by liquid.
well, it's a liquid paint, see in this jar,
Oh.
rather than like this tube of paint.
Yeah,
It's actually, there's a shadow.
I can't see it. Yeah.
It's just it's in a
Oh,
bottle.
okay. So, okay, it's more like a craft paint.
Yeah, you could do that.
Because
Yeah.
I don't have any, I got lots of craft paints that are more liquidy, and then I water them down with medium anyway.
Yeah, so this is the golden nickel azo yellow. Yeah,
Okay.
just a thin transparent paint. But yeah, you could water it down for sure.
So as you were doing the meditation and I was listening and then a couple times it said, hear the guidance. So of course I wrote the words, but at the same time I drew a picture of an ear and it looked like half of a butterfly.
Oh,
So, okay, well, apparently that's going to go into the paint.
cool.
And then of course, you kept saying the rainbow of energy and so heart light and the fire. So I think they're going to be a collage of many things here. So
Yeah,
and I don't know that there'll be a face.
no, doesn't have.
So, but when I drew that, and it was just a sketch, like that cartoony ear. I
Yeah.
went, well, it looks like a half of a butterfly. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I was trying to think of all the symbols, right? Like the symbols that would be different aspects of you too. Like, how would you like to represent that visually is the trick, right? But I think I liked the idea of the rainbow colors coming in. We'll see. Put a rainbow of flowers in her hair and maybe a lightning bolt too. for the anger, for the storm, right?
I'm doing more of a yin and yang symbol, but like a fancy play on one. And it's got like a sun on one half and the moon on one half.
Nice. I was gonna
There's
ask you how you were.
Yeah, I did say something and then I realized my mic was turned off and it already moved past what I was saying. So
Oh, go
anyway,
ahead.
there's always a saying, I can't remember exactly how it goes, just how we don't always shine at the same time. The sun and moon shine at their own time. So that's kind of playing through my mind through all this. But I also, when you were talking about that other side of yourself that you got to feel and embrace and not push down, but like
Mhm.
when I think of it, it is with my kids, right? And when you get angry and frustrated and then you feel bad, but
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't want to just feel that and project it on my kids, you know? So
Right.
how do
Right.
you?
Well, and I think it's kind of when we say feel it, it doesn't mean let it out on the people around you, right? So I think that
Right.
the fact that you can kind of control it a little bit in that sense, but to also then not beat yourself up about it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna like grit my teeth and be more patient and then I'm gonna just let myself have a little break, knowing that I'm a little tired. Instead of well, you shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be acting that way if you're a loving mother. Like you have no right to be. And we just we project so much guilt and shame on ourselves. And so I think it's not about it's about managing your emotions in a healthy way, but also
Yeah.
then not saying you're bad mother. Oh my God, how many years have I done that? Right? Like, you're normal, you're human. Being a mother is
Yeah.
one of the hardest things. And and it doesn't get easier, I tell you that much.
No,
Ah,
especially if you've made those errors early on and they do remember them. I know, Janice, you said your kids didn't remember when you yelled at them. Well, my son remembers everything. And so he throws it in my face. So
No.
that's hard to deal with because, I'm trying to justify myself that I'm okay, right? And that I did the best I can. And then he throws it in my face that how bad I was. He apologizes after, but it doesn't take away what he says.
Right.
So
Right.
that's my hurt is where I get my crap from. Because if
Yeah.
it was up to me, I'd be fine. Because I know that we've had no training in this, as you know, this is the hardest thing you ever have to do.
Well, and we were young. We're
Oh,
young,
God.
right?
Oh,
So,
and I was going through so much when I made those mistakes. Like I was going through big time trauma.
right.
So I understand that myself, but
Yeah.
he's not letting it go.
Well, and because he hasn't quite figured out the emotional intelligence yet either.
No.
So, I guess there's a little forgiveness for him too. It's like, okay, you
Yeah.
have your journey to walk and
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got mine.
So Delmain, could I make a suggestion here, please?
Sure.
Take back your power from him.
Yeah.
This
I'm trying
sounds
that
like
all the
you've given
time.
him some of your powers.
Yeah, I did. How do I take that back?
Just out loud, say it out loud, and
Oh, okay.
when he offers these opinions to you of how frustrated he was or is, just look at him and say thank you for that, thank you for letting me know. And then also you can also say, well, that's an interesting point of view. You don't have to say that part out loud
Right.
because that is his point of view, not yours. And
Yeah.
if you take it on as your own, that's when you're giving him your power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Just
it's,
a little tidbit for you.
Yeah.
and you're agreeing with him, with his perspective,
I
right?
actually, that's probably true
Yeah.
because I justify it because I was going through that trauma. But I agree, yeah, I definitely made the wrong decision there. Right?
But, that part is once you forgive yourself for it,
Uh-huh.
once you get to that point where you've forgiven yourself for it, then he won't have that control over you either. But
Yeah.
that's a good point. Like what Kelly's saying is to take back the power and recognize it. Like he's got his own journey to walk here. There's a reason why you guys are together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, and a lot of us are operating from wounds that our parents passed on to us. So we're trying to navigate not only our own trauma and wounding, but also what our parents didn't deal with. I mean,
Right.
I'm assuming all of us have parents that are similar in age or were raised by parents of that age. And I mean, we're always going to look back and be like, oh my God, what was I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said something to my daughter yesterday and I said, well, I sure hope you continue with using your voice so that you don't become your mother. And she said, oh no, I've learned from you, Mom. Thank you. And I went, oh, good. It's like she has definitely got a bit of both of us in her. And she has actually learned how to use her voice with her spouse. And that's a good thing. So,
Yeah.
in a kind way.
Something else that came up while you were talking, Delmain, but I can't remember what it is at the moment.
Okay.
And when it's supposed to come through, it'll come through. But I hear you because I'm still, even though I have, and I was working on this even more this week, I still have done layers and layers of work on that, my relationship with my son and, his journey that he's had to walk. It's still, the emotions are still there. They still come up. Like I'm still not completely healed.
Yeah.
The guilt in that. And so and perhaps it's about being fully aware of when they pop up, right? Like these are all really great suggestions for me too. It's like, take back my power.
Yeah.
And I recognized that a while ago too, when it came to my daughter-in-law and issues that were coming up in the family. It's like, no way, I'm taking back my power. And Micah and I talked about that too, like that patriarchal power. It's like, no, you know what? I was hard on you or whatever. Like you can think of that with your son, I was hard on you, but you could take that as a strengthening too from his point. Like he could get stronger from that. So I know my mother helped me get stronger.
Yeah.
Well, and then at what point is he going to claim his responsibility for his life?
Oh,
Mhm.
definitely. He
Like,
does.
everybody, we all have to get to a point where it's like, okay, I had these crappy things happen with my parents because we all have them here and there, But like for me, like at what point is that going to continue to be an excuse and a story for you?
Yeah.
Or are you going to be like, okay, wait, no, like, yes, maybe my parents didn't do what I thought they should do, and maybe whatever, but I'm in charge of my life now, and I'm choosing to rewrite the story, or
Yeah.
I'm choosing a different direction for my life.
Yeah.
And,
That's an excellent point. But
if
what?
he doesn't choose it, then that's his choice, but that means you're not, you don't have to play into his excuses. It's like,
No.
take
I
responsibility
think,
for your own life
yeah.
and be a grown up like the rest of us. The rest of us are like, okay,
Well, what happened? Yeah. See, I think I do understand his grief though, because I abandoned him when he was 14 years old. I made him live with his father, and he didn't necessarily want to, but I just couldn't deal with his bullshit and his disrespect. And I basically sent him away. And then now his wife has done the same thing. So it's bringing up that abandonment again for him. So I do get that. I don't apologize for him because yeah, he can move on. I know he can move on. He just isn't there yet. So of
Dalmain,
course, that kind of brings up my past with him.
Dalmain,
Hmm.
you were a single mom, right? At that point? And
Yes.
so you did not abandon him because you stayed connected to him.
Yeah, I did.
And you just leaned on your spouse for a little support.
Yeah.
So I can hear a lot of forgiveness for yourself needed there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's okay to lean on a spouse for help, who, especially one that wasn't there to help all the time,
Well,
right?
he didn't want him, he told me.
Well, and so your son probably felt that when he went there,
Yeah.
but so that's not you that inflicted that pain. It was your ex who did that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we carry so much guilt. Okay, so there, when Micah was saying, it hit for me. So I'm not just pointing out to you, I'm gonna call you Melba. Delby, I don't know
You've got a
why.
new name today, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. But when she said, at what point is your son going to claim responsibility for his own journey? It's like, what came to my mind was, at what point are you going to let go of the old stories and start just creating from the now?
Right.
That's what I heard for me. At what point are you going to let go of the guilt that you're holding because your son went to jail and you went through a bankruptcy? When are you going to let those stories go? Right? So
Right.
it's good for all of us to just be like, okay, we're here now in this moment. But it's noticing when we make it mean something
Yeah.
about ourselves. Well, I'm not deserving of my freedom because I made these mistakes as a mother. It's like, but you were there. You loved them. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was thinking about this week. It's like, you loved them.
Hmm.
You love them with all your heart. You put them first, like so much. And that's all that the universe expects from you, is to love them take care of them, feed them, clothe them. Like, I don't think there was any point when you left your kids starving on the side of the street.
No.
So you went without so they could have clothes. You worked jobs double time. Every choice you made was probably around making life better for your kids while they were there. So do you think the universe wanted you to do anything more than that? So
Well, and maybe next time it comes up for him, you say, I'm sorry that, I was doing the best I could with the circumstances that I had. I'm sorry that it affected you the way that it did, but I can't change what happened.
Yeah.
So can we move forward from this or not? Like, I hope you've learned from what you think my mistakes were. And that things are better for you and your children.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. Being a mom sucks some days. Like, it's the best and worst job ever. And some days I'm like, why did I sign up for this job? Like, exactly where in the universe was I like, oh my God, that would be so fun. I should totally do it.
yep. Then we get these great grandkids.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. That's the reason.
Well, I have to say, thank God my daughter and I are a bit more connected. Like that just saves so much.
And anybody familiar with the saying, a son will be a son till he takes a wife, and a daughter will be a daughter all her life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And I experienced this as well. And Janice, this may be something you might want to think about with your daughter-in-law. She in her own heart may feel like she's competing with your daughter for your
Oh
attention.
yeah, I've been through that too. Yeah.
And it's difficult as a mom to explain to them. It's like, well, I know her from the inside out. She came from me.
Mhm.
Whereas I just met you, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years, and I'm still to this day getting to know you. And it's like, why can't you treat me like that? And I went, well,
Right.
give me the opportunity and I will.
Right.
So I don't know. That was just my little tidbit there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've also taken that perspective in and gone, okay, there's a little bit of an energy pull there. Respecting that. That's why it's like people say you gotta let your son go and let them go. And so there's that. So talking about all the meaning we make of everything.
Right?
Right?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
I found a little section in a book. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. So I've been gonna post it in our Facebook group, but I keep forgetting. But the book is called The Heart of the Labyrinth. But I'll go get it because it went exactly along with what Janice was talking about last week. And I got to go check on my little because he ran downstairs. So I'll be back.
Another thing that came up this week, I had a session with my friend that we get together from Saskatchewan there, and she gave me 2 links, and I sent you one, Janice.
Oh yeah.
One is on the April 8th eclipse, and it's a group of people that are meditating all at the same time during the eclipse and sending out love, right?
Yeah.
And so there's one link for that. And there's a second link for a lady from England that does a Sunday meditation at noon.
Yeah,
And it's the same thing.
Pam
Uh,
Gregory, I follow her. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So that sounds kind of cool too. And
yeah,
so
she does. Yeah, and she's been doing that for a while now. And it's not, she doesn't come online or anything. It's just, you know, you sit down at that time and wherever that time zone is for you and
yeah,
envision the earth.
it's
Yeah,
7 p.m. British time and it's noon here for us.
right.
And in Saskatchewan too, Kelly.
Thanks. Yeah, we had the time change, so it's like, oh, I'm back to normal again. So-
Yeah.
Or maybe you guys are back to normal.
Right. Who knows?
It depends on your point of view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm doing a road trip out to Calgary next weekend.
are you?
Oh,
Yeah, our daughter, her husband is doing school in Red Deer for 2 months. So we'll go up and we'll get to Didsbury. He'll come and get them at Didsbury and I'll just carry on to Calgary. So
Nice.
it's time for a road trip for me.
Yeah,
'Cause, you know,
you feel it
I never stay home, right? So
Oh, that's funny. Who doesn't love road trips? Your own little getaways.
I love driving. If the weather's nice, oh my
Yeah.
God, I just love it.
Me
As long
too.
as the weather's nice and the roads are clear.
Yeah. So I'm just a little painting tip here. I'm doing her face in a burnt umber tonal. And so I'm going to keep going and keeping it smooth. And then after I'm going to do a thin glaze with quinacridone red or alizarin crimson. Those two both work really good. And then after that, I'm going to do a really thin glaze of yellow. And then I'll be able to go back in with white in the quinacridone red to do highlights and that can give a really good skin color. So if anyone ever wondered how to do skin, this is what my mentors in art have taught me. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out.
Okay, I'm back. This is really beautiful. It says, we form beliefs based upon events that occurred starting in our very early childhood, often when we were still in the womb. Events are neutral in themselves, but we assign a meaning to them. We interpret them as they arise according to prevailing circumstances, thus forming specific beliefs. These are often stored in our subconscious, and whenever we are faced with new events in our lives, our mind refers to our accumulated beliefs and triggers the corresponding emotional reaction.
Huh.
Over time, circumstances reinforce this belief until it's so deep and so strong that it becomes a reference point for everything in our lives. I was like, well, there we go.
That's it. Oh my gosh. That's exactly it. It's so.
Yeah.
And that is, oh, what is that woman's name? She had a stroke. What was the book called? She did a TED Talk too. She
I think her book
very-
is called Stroke of Insight.
Yes, you're right. What's her name? Do you remember something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we could watch the TED Talk. But
is that the one where she watched herself? she's a neurologist or a neuro brain surgeon or whatever, and she watched herself having the stroke.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty moving.
Yeah. And it was so like she talked about how she forgot everything. Like she would just sit on a couch at her mom's house because her mom was taking care of her because she kind of lost all ability to speak or motor ability or anything, but she was in complete bliss just sitting there. She said she was sitting on her mom's couch drooling, but in complete bliss because there was no past memories that she was attached to. Which is very
Jill Bolte Taylor.
That's her. Yeah, I knew her last name was a B something. I couldn't remember. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't seen the TED Talk, just watch the TED Talk on that.
Have a Kleenex or two.
Yeah.
Or 4. I actually told my husband I didn't want him here today. Today's a day off for work
Right.
for everybody. And I said, I have a meeting tomorrow morning and I would prefer if you were not here. And oh, well, I said it starts at 9:30. So if you could be out of here by 9:30. Well, he got out of here 10 to 10. So I was like, I guess that was a good effort. It just, and then my daughter says, oh, Mom, you're so funny. You tell me you want him here and then you tell him you want him to leave. I said, no, I want him here to be present when he's here. So
Yeah.
there's a difference. She just thought it was very funny that was how I said it to him last night at dinner. So.
Yeah, it's almost like permission. I tell John, okay, again, I'm gonna be painting tomorrow from 9:30 to 11:30 with a group online. So he's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go to Red Deer. It's like permission to go.
Yeah.
So I have a situation that I think I brought it up, but I've never expanded on it. But I feel like I could utilize all your wisdom.
Oh, is this the
Eric.
mother-in-law talk again?
No, nah, no mother-in-law talk.
And not
Just-
that that was a bad thing. It was just like, oh.
Sorry. I hope I didn't offend anyone. I was just trying to come from the
No.
daughter-in-law's perspective.
Because you know what? I said to my daughter the other day, I said, I'm a mother-in-law and I have a mother. So I'm one of those, wow, that's a tough spot to be in, or an interesting spot to be in. So, no, there was no offense taken on my part. So I don't know
Good.
about everybody else.
No, this is more about my friend, and it's been like a year now. So what happened? So I've had my friend in my life, basically my whole life since like grade 3 or something. We've been going to each other's birthday parties and blah, blah, blah. So then my sister and her brother got married. So we
Wow.
share nieces. Yeah, we share nieces and nephews, and it's always been really awesome because like we're always together, like your best friend at family events, and like I've traveled the world with her, with one of my other best friends too. So anyway, last February, so my sister and her husband split. So basically, for 10 years, she was unhappy with my friend's brother, right? So it's been a long time coming, and we all, like, I knew it. I was just like, he needs to stop taking her for granted because she's gonna leave. Like, she's a butterfly, she's got big wings, and I just knew, I just felt like I knew the day was gonna come. So it came. But yeah, there's another person in the picture on my sister's in my sister's life, and her ex-husband now is like very heartbroken, and like he's been in our family for 20 years, right, too. So there's that side. So this is my best friend's brother.
Right. Can see where this is going.
It
Yeah.
is the weirdest situation I've ever been in my life. So all our friends are friends, and we go camping together, and now, like, so last weekend I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go out with my friends, and she's one of them, and but like she can't even look at me to talk to me.
Right.
And I didn't do anything.
Right.
And it just makes for this weird situation all the time in our friendship circle now. And um like my other friend that I went traveling with, she's kind of in the middle of it all because it was like the three of us forever.
Right.
So yesterday I was at her house, and she's like, I think we just need to sit down and talk. And so last summer I did it was just a text, but I tried to talk to her about the situation. I'm like, hey, there's an elephant in the room. Let's just like put it aside. We've been friends for 30 years, and really, like, it has nothing to do with us. I know it's our siblings, and it's crappy, and I understand that your brother's hurt and you're mad, but like, what are we gonna, why does it have to affect us, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then there's been situations where she's been like,
You froze.
Yeah.
my mom when we're at our nieces and nephews like that. So it's just like,
You-
why are you being rude to my mom? Like, that hurt me. That doesn't hurt my sister who you're mad at, right? Like, that hurts me. Why are you being rude to my mom? So I just don't know like
Yeah.
how to move forward. Like, I just want to move forward. If it wasn't for the connections with my entire friend group, I'd just be like, okay, it's been a good season or been a good 30 years, but time to move on because this is dramatic and I don't have time for this, right?
It sounds like, okay, so she's not where you're at as far as navigating her emotions, and she's struggling to figure
Yeah.
it out. And I know it's hard, but if you can let go of expectation and just love her, just keep remembering what you love about her and just let her
Mhm.
navigate through it. If you get the opportunity to say, because she probably doesn't even quite know what to say to you. Like, I don't know what to say because she probably sees all sides too. It's just, she's just struggling. Um, and just say, like, we're going to get through this. Eventually, everyone's going to be happy again. Her brother's going to
Yeah.
find someone and it's going to be good. And just let her know that you'll patiently be there as a friend, that you understand. It's confusing, it's frustrating, and because you are in a much better place than she is for all of it.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
we can't force.
She has her own struggles in her, like, in general. And that's what my other friend that's in the middle, she's like, she has her own struggles, period.
Mhm.
It's not you. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And that's
even though it
whole thing.
feels like it's me because she can't even look at me. And I'm like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
it's too bad.
So can I put some words, thoughts in here too?
Yes, please.
As we, each of one of us grows spiritually, we grow faster than others. And like Janice said, you're in a different place than she is. And when we grow and blossom, sometimes other things and people fall away because they can't handle the energy that we have. And they don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with it. And that's on them. That's not on you. It hurts. It hurts when you lose a friendship of that many years. I've been through this. I have one friend. Now she's married to my cousin. So it's not the sister and the cousin. It's my best friend is married to my cousin. And
Right.
it's, for years it was, hey, best friend. Now it's, hey, cousin. So the energy has changed completely and very awkward at times. So just remember that you are growing and, all you can do is hope and pray that she follows or she understands your growth.
For sure.
I don't know if that helped. That's just my little 2 cents.
Yeah.
As soon as you said they're married, and I went, oh, hello, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be great. Like, it was awesome when we went to family functions and like you got your good friend there too, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like my little niece used to take me when I'd come in the door. She'd be like, "Look, Nikki's here. Your friend's here," and hand me off to her. Like, thanks.
Aw.
Like it was really cool that we shared that, but now it's not so cool.
Well, and part of you is grieving that loss. And there's so many stages of grief. And if you look up the 7 or 8 stages of grief, you have to go, oh, that's where I am. Now I'm mad. And then the next one is, oh, I'm sad. And then it's okay, now I'm accepting. And then you move forward. And it's hard to move forward without them.
Well, and sometimes when we spiritually grow, like Kelly is talking about, like we've changed so much that people who were used to who we were 10 years ago don't know who we are now. And we don't have the same patterns. We don't have the same behaviors. We don't have the same interests sometimes. And so they don't know how to interact with you.
Yeah.
And for me, sometimes I don't know how to interact with other people. Like I have a friend right now that I'm just like, I can't with you right now. Like you're so stuck in like lower everything and you're criticizing everybody else for everything that you're doing the same. Like I like, okay, hands off for a while because I need to stay in my own lane, figure out my own stuff. And it's okay. It's not like, you're wishing bad on them or anything. It's just like, we're not a frequency match right now, and I'm not willing to lower where I'm at, even though it really sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, you just nailed it. That just gave me goosebumps. But I haven't actually been a frequency match even before this happened. I was struggling because of her lower energy all the time, and she's just like not grateful. And I've always been trying the one like, come on, let's go do this. And then she's like just kind of humdrum about everything. But she's a good person. Like she's not a bad human. That's why I've been friends with her. She's got a big heart and stuff. But I'm just not yeah, I'm not a frequency match. I love that. I'm not a frequency match for her. She's an energy drain. When I heard someone say that, I'm just like, bingo. Like when I leave hanging out with her, I just feel like, oh, I'm so drained and I don't want that. Like I want people that make you feel good. Like, you know?
Yeah. And that's where, like Kelly was saying, that people come into your life at different times for different reasons. And it's okay to let them go a bit, right? It doesn't mean you have to leave the friendship with a fight or anything like that. You can leave
Yeah.
with good feelings, and it's not even that you necessarily have to say, I'm done with her. I'm done with her, right? It's just, yeah, we're not syncing up as much as we used to, and that's okay. I'm just gonna carry on.
Totally.
Yeah. And that's the thing with a lot of women, and she may be feeling it too, but she doesn't know how to manage it. And so in order to move on, they will destroy the friendship. Like there has to be an ending here. And that again is part of that, emotional intelligence of saying, being able to say, well, I think this friendship is done for now. Maybe it'll come back later. Maybe it won't. But I wish you well. I'm sending you love. And I'm going to just carry on here with what I'm doing without trying to fix it, without trying to mend it, without trying to force it into being anything else other than what it was, beautiful. And now we're all going to move in a different direction,
Yeah. I had a really good friend that I even stood up for her in her wedding, and like we were really best buds. I was just freshly divorced and we just clicked. I met her at school. She came from Edmonton, and this young bouncy girl, and she just clung on to me and we just started hanging out, and I ended up being we were very important to each other in our lives. And she moved to Mexico. She met the love of her life in Mexico, and I'd gone and seen her several times. And we were very connected, even spiritually. And then she and her husband decided to adopt a couple kids, and they had their own daughter. And they had a problem after the boys were there for a while because they were a little bit older. And in Mexico, if you, excuse me, adopt family, you have to adopt all their siblings. So there was two boys, and they had been through major trauma things, like saw their mother die in a fire and they were not well. And anyway, the one boy started to show signs of abusing her daughter, and she sent them back. And when I saw her, because I had met the boys and it went early on and all that, and spent lots of time in Mexico with her and the family. And at the end of the last trip that I was there, she told me that I didn't support her in her decision. And actually, in reality, I agreed with her 100%. I would probably always choose my own children over children coming into the family and creating distress for everyone, uh, especially my own child. So I did actually agree with her, but she said that I didn't. And ever since that time, and that was like back in 2015, she hasn't really communicated with me much. And so I had sent her several emails just saying, trying to work through it. And she just really didn't respond much with anything. And so I finally let it go. I've said, that's okay. There's a time for everyone. And she obviously moved in a different direction, or whatever it is, she does not want to deal with me. And so I've let it go, and I'm okay with that now. But it took me a long time. It took me a couple years of making an effort of trying to talk to her and communicate with her and share my life with her. And she had a couple communications with me, but they were never really deep. And so I just thought, okay, something's up. And she obviously is on a different path now. Because I really didn't understand what happened there. But that, because of people coming into your life for different reasons, I feel that, okay, that was needed at that time, and now it's no longer needed. But yeah, I absolutely loved her to death, like a sister. And yeah, it was strange. I stood up for her in her wedding and spent time with her and her kids and her husband several times to Mexico, and just no, it just didn't happen. So it's like, okay, that's time then. I guess
Yeah.
that's it. So
That
I
is
don't know.
so, like, oh my gosh, Lane, I have two girlfriends, three actually, that, circumstances changed, and I tried to hold on to the friendships and it just wasn't working. The one girlfriend, we met in grade 7 and we hit it off right away. We had so much fun together and laughs, and I just really loved her. And her husband, she was in my wedding, and her husband are my son's godparents. And I have tried to keep the friendship going over the years, but she never responds back. Like, it's always me reaching out to her. And
Yeah.
we moved right to Alberta here, which is the other side of the country. And I would continually like call, and she'd be so like, "Oh, I'm so glad you called. I'm so terrible at calling you. Please don't give up on me." These conversations went on, but she never does reach out. And I finally kind of thought, well, I felt rejected. I really felt rejected. So I kind of let it go. And it's been a long time and she's never reached out. And I will continue to kind of every once in a while I go, okay, I'm going to reach out. But same thing, she never reaches out back. And she always says, "Oh, I got to call you back." And then she doesn't. And I'm like, obviously the friendship isn't as important to her anymore, and
Yeah.
there isn't room for me in her life, so I finally let it go. And there's been two other ones, same thing. But then I also have taken time to look back at the friendships and claimed my responsibility in it, like, where did I fail her? and own up to that. And I've done that in family relationships too, especially with my in-laws. I look back and I go, okay, like I was 15 when I met John, and I was so naive when it came to relationships and people, and I see where I failed people around me
So
too.
Janice, can I just interrupt you there for a second? Because I just something that you said there is like, you've tried and tried and, um, you know what, since I've known you during your beginning of your, morning gathering, I think it's been 3 years now. I have watched you bloom and blossom and grow. And if you've had friends from 30 years and all of a sudden they're seeing a change in you, they may, like, just like what we said to Lane, they may not know how to respond to your growth. And
Well,
yeah, she's going to say she's going to call you back. She might actually think that she's got to clean up her act before she can call you back
oh,
and
that's a
get
good
to the
point.
same level of frequency that you're vibrating at. I don't know,
That's a good,
that's
yeah.
just what I'm hearing. So
Well, and that's a good point. However, this girl isn't online at all. And it was kind of before I started going online. So
yeah,
these
but
ones that I'm talking about.
they don't have to see you online. It shows up in your voice, it shows up in your actions, and your energy exudes more than just online.
Oh, I
People
hear
that
you.
they don't need to be online to see that you've changed.
Yeah, I hear you. What I mean is this whole situation it was a few years ago, like several years ago, that this has been kind of the direction it was going. And the other two friends, same thing. It was like after I moved to Alberta, like 25 years ago, that they struggled with that. They felt, I know the one felt abandoned when I moved, and she struggled with abandonment issues anyways. And when we moved, it was like she just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
But I do have, like, I'm not being too hard on myself, because I do have friends that I have had for 40 years, right? And they're still my good friends. And like, you guys have met some of them, I'm sure. Like Melba is still my friend, and Kimberly, like we're separated by many provinces, but we're still connected. But I hear what you're saying, and that is very much a big point of, like, as we change and grow, people, especially family, has a hard time with that too, right? Family has a hard time.
And other people are growing at the same time too. And,
Yeah.
you know, other than us, and sometimes we don't see their growth,
Yeah.
and we kind of go like, they're so different. Well, maybe they're growing in a different direction than we are, which makes them different.
Yeah. So anyways, I get how hard it is to let a friendship go and move on. And without, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't need to have a big fight or anything. Just recognizing the changes in people. It's hard when it's in the family. Good for you, Lane, for loving her being in your family. Because I think in my younger years, I would have been a little bit like, no, this is my family. You're my best friend, but this is my family, right? So
Yeah.
a little bit of that would have been going through me. Well, I hope it helps you.
Yeah, thank you. It does help a lot. Even when I went to that sound bath, when you go with an intention, that was my intention, was just like to forgive her and let it go.
Right.
Because I know she's mad at the situation, and I understand completely, but she still has control over how she reacts and responds to the situation, right? And treating my mom like crap, what is that doing? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and there's that too, protecting your mom, right? So, yeah.
My mom didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're feeling like you need to say something to her?
well, I kind of was letting it. I felt like I didn't, and then my friend brought it up yesterday, and because she didn't say she feels like in the middle, but I feel like she feels in the middle, and she wants things to get better. So like when we go camping and do all this stuff, then it's not going to be there, but it's always going to be there, even if I say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand where she's coming from, but there's nothing I can do about the situation. Like I said, the only thing I can change is how I react and respond to it, and same with her. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Completely.
but she,
Well, to
I don't know, she's
sorry, go ahead.
just like when you know someone so well, it's like it's just like my sister and her husband. She knows him so well. Nothing's gonna change. She can't change his DNA.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same thing for me. I can't change her as a person, and vice versa. She can't change my DNA. So it's like, what's the point where it's done? It's over. The fire's out. But I'm okay with it.
Boom.
Yeah. Like I wish I didn't have so many connections, because I would just be like, okay,
Careful,
you know,
careful what you wish for, girlfriend.
So how long has it been since they separated?
last February.
Okay. This past February? Or a year
Yes.
ago?
So
Okay.
a year ago. It's been a year.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Well, kind of along the same lines. When I was first married, my cousin and his girlfriend, we were like best friends with. And at the 6-month mark of my marriage, my husband took her up to Panorama for a ski weekend, not knowing to either my cousin or myself. Anyway, so they had this mini affair, and I didn't find out about it till 5 years later. And everybody in my family knew about it, and I didn't. And I finally found out because I had an indiscretion that I was open with my husband before it even happened. Because I told him, I said, something weird is going on with me. Sexually, I said, I don't understand. And he said, because I was a virgin with him. And he said, well, it sounds to me like you need to go have a one-night stand. So with my husband's permission, I did, and felt absolutely horrible about it all. And that's when he admitted to me what he had done. And to this day, my cousin and his girlfriend, who is still the same person, I deal with them every family event. And even though me and my husband are split up, and we kind of dealt with it at the time that I found out, because I was so angry that everybody knew about it and I knew nothing. I always suspected he had done something with somebody. I didn't really know it was her. So when that all took place, I was furious. Well, we gather more than once a year together. And so her kids with my cousin, so they've been together like close to 40 years now. But I have to deal with that every time I have a family event. So I get how that affects you, because it doesn't matter what, you're dealing with it and it comes up and it's hard to let go. Now I've made attempt that I actually can have a conversation with her and everything, and we did deal with it kind of at the time. She did call me once and told me that she's absolutely so sorry, because all she can imagine, she keeps dreaming that we're still friends, because we were like best friends. And so it's
She's
kind of
just sorry
weird.
that she got caught.
Well, yeah, in a
That's
way.
just my outside voice.
Well, and you know what? It's true, because she is a flirt. Like, she always was a flirt. Now she's very unhealthy now, and I actually don't know how long. Like, she's my same age, pretty much, only 62, 63, but she's not a healthy person. She's had heart attacks and she's had a lot of health issues. And I feel bad about that. Like, I actually forgive her because of how she handled it. She actually asked for my forgiveness. And to me, that was owning up, right? Like, that was owning up. My husband never did ask for forgiveness. My husband never said sorry for that at all, right? So he, that is different. He didn't even make the attempt. So so I do forgive her. Absolutely, I forgive her. But it's just weird. It's uncomfortable. I don't feel like I don't know why they didn't tell me. I had a huge temper back then, and so that's probably why they didn't tell me. But if I would have known at the time, things would have been very different. And I guess I wasn't supposed to know at the time, because after that, when I did find out that we'd already had kids, when it happened, we didn't have kids. So I don't know. It's weird how things happen. Life is going to kick you in the ass, is what I say. Going to do that.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But that was only one of the things my ex did. So you could see why I left.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was manipulative with you too, when you
Oh
were
my
young.
goodness. Yeah. He had a plan all along. Like, he was trying to correct his own mistakes by getting me to make mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad. bad guy. Ugh.
Oh, relationships.
Well, but I'm obviously was supposed to have it, right? I was supposed to be in that I needed to go through. He did teach me a lot, like I have to say. He
Yeah.
taught me a lot about being independent because he was able to teach me things that I hadn't learned yet. Not about that necessarily, but actually building and being able to do things.
Yeah.
So, I do definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm working all the time to get through that one forgiveness on him, right? That's a hard one. Like
Mhm.
that's why I've hung on for so long. It's just there was so many things.
Yeah.
But you have to work through it. I know I have to work through it. I know that in order to be completely free of that, I got to get that forgiveness gone. I got to get it going here.
Funny because who was I talking to the other day? Oh, my girlfriend. We had coffee because it was her birthday, and I was talking about, the stuff going on in the family, and she brought up forgiveness, and I'm like, yeah, we'll get there. You're right. And she's talking about it, and I said, I teach a whole program on that. And she goes, well, maybe you should take it. And I said, well, funny you say that because I've been like hemming and hawing in my mind as to whether I should run that program again right now. Because
I
yeah,
was gonna actually ask you about that if you were gonna do that. Is that the Gabby one that we did in that February?
um, it's clearing debris through forgiveness. So yeah, we use Gabby's book, May Cause Miracles. But I have a whole program around it. It's powerful. And every time I go through it, every single time I teach that program, something shifts within me, like more.
Well, when you do it, I'd like to do it again too, please.
Okay. Well then,
I didn't say if, I said when.
okay. Well, maybe this is a good indication too, that this is what I need to do. Because it seems to be coming up a lot for a lot of women in my groups and conversations around is that forgiveness piece, that
Yeah.
it's a tricky one, but it is incredibly powerful. It's a 6-week program, and each week is a different topic of forgiveness. And then there's a daily reading, and it's a lot of like prayer and guidance through it. So yeah, it is that's why it's so incredibly big, is why I hesitate to run it too often, but okay. We'll see what the calendar looks like here. And I've also been thinking about putting it into the app so that it's easily accessible, because every day there is a little message from me and a creative prompt. So
It was pretty cool doing it with you. I was at the lake, I think, when you were doing it.
did you do it? I couldn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But that was a while ago.
Oh man, oh man. I'm spending too much time on this face.
It's looking good.
Oh, maybe from afar.
Anna, be nice to yourself.
Yeah. Ah.
Mm. You're gonna make her headdress all rainbow colors?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. I'm gonna show you guys where I got to, because I might be calling it a day here. I'm getting tired.
Yeah,
So,
it's just about
I got
time.
my rainbow in there, and then this butterfly
Oh,
that used to be
nice.
ears.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna move my spotlight.
looks good.
Okay. So,
I'm looking at it through the screen that looks like a strawberry, not a heart.
oh. Okay. Oh, there's your butterfly. I see. Yeah. And fire.
Yeah, I got
Awesome.
a little fire in there, and so those did start to be the shape of ears, and then I just softened it into a butterfly. So,
Aw. No,
Oh,
that's
put
nice.
some
so
ears on the butterfly. It's so cute.
oh, that would be cute. Yeah.
I like,
So,
yeah, turn it into a cartoon. I like how you're working
yeah.
through the rainbow colors. That's awesome.
Well, that's
Yeah.
how I started it, and
Yeah.
thought, well, you know what, it's gonna just evolve, and didn't realize that that looked like a strawberry until just now. Yeah, so you
Does
can
look
take
like
me
a
off a
heart.
highlight now, please.
No. Okay, I will. All right.
Thank
There
you.
we go.
It's just don't like seeing my big old face there.
How's yours
I'll
going?
show you
Mike?
where I'm at, kind of. I don't know if you can see it at
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Wow, I love
Oh,
those
wow.
colors.
That is very cool. Oh, wow, Dalmain. That looks like you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I got it. Well, my eyes, like when I first did it, the eyes were just a line. It's like, yeah, that's what my eyes look like.
Oh, no.
Well, when I'm smiling, I never have much of my eyes showing. They're slanty. Slanty. But yeah.
How's yours
This
going,
is what I
Lane?
have.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Very good.
I like
I
it.
like that.
Yeah, mosaic.
Oh,
Cool.
yes.
Very cool. I like it.
Oh, I like the stars around it too. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And you
All
got all
right.
your words around your circle, and oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Things were flowing.
Perfect. Well, good luck in your navigation there. Families are so hard, right? Like it is tricky. So
They are.
yeah, well, I mean, gosh, Darlene, that's huge, but you told us. I didn't know any of that.
Yep,
And it's
Well-
that's a big journey.
it is. But I'm good. I
Yeah.
always said my life is a soap opera.
Well, and that's such an unhealthy environment, right? Like to
Yeah.
remove yourself has been really a powerful shift, I'm sure.
Yeah, our life is a soap opera. And that's why now, like I'm done with drama. Like, I'm not doing drama anymore. Okay. I'm gonna just stay far away from it.
Well,
Thank you, everyone, for your words of advice. I really, really appreciate it.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
well, the only thing we can do is take care of our own energy, right? And stay true to ourselves and hold others in love and trust that they're going to navigate their way through.
Totally.
So I had lunch with my aunt the other day, and I was telling her about something and about somebody, and Then I paused for a minute and I went, oh, just a minute. I better get my mirror out. Oh yeah, because I'm just like that. Oh, so often I forget that I to bring my mirror out of my pocket and
Right.
see, okay, that person is acting this way, or this person has got this going on, and it's like, how come I'm experiencing this thought process about them? And then I hold up the mirror to myself and I have a look and I go, oh, that's why. It's because I'm going through the same thing. And then it's like, okay, pause, forgive myself for feeling bad, and then just carry on. Yes, sometimes that forgiveness really sucks and just hurt. Lots of tears and stuff like that. So it's that mirror that I keep carrying around with me, and I'm going, oh yeah. And like, I don't know, growing up, I used to hear this, oh, judge not lest ye be judged. And I'd say to people, where is that? Like, where do you hear that? Oh, it's in the Bible, it's in the book of Judges. And so I looked it up, and it's not in the book of Judges. I think it's in the book of Romans or something. And it's like, but this is just people making up stories, is judge not lest you be judged. And it's like, I like to put it like, oh, where's my mirror? There's a reason that I'm feeling that way about somebody. Is
Yeah.
clearly I'm going through experiencing something like that.
Well, it is I mean, the energy is all a reflection and an opportunity for growth.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard. Like, and I look at my daughter-in-law and I'm like, well, if this family comes out of this stronger and closer, like I really can thank her, right? Like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but yeah, that's where it's like, I'm not there yet. Working on it. And we take it all so seriously too. Like, it's like, okay, where can I lighten up in my life? And
Well, and what's the rush, really?
yeah,
You say I'm not there yet. It's like, well, what is
Mm.
the rush? So
yeah. No, I could easily forgive her. If we could get there, right? But then that's like me going, well, I could forgive her if she came and apologized and told me, oh, it was hormonal and I was going through this and that. It's like, well, that's not forgiveness because I'm expecting her to claim her responsibility of it. Where's mine, right? So
yeah.
there's that.
Well, and then there's is like, oh, is that an excuse or an explanation? So
Well, I could understand it. But yeah. But then it's like she doesn't think she has anything to apologize. So who am I to think that I don't have something to apologize for either? But
yeah, that's that reflection thing again.
yep. So anyways, good luck, Lane.
Thank you.
I'm here for
Yeah.
any time.
Keep
And
us posted.
yeah, we know that we're human. We're all human and we're all trying to figure this out, this human journey.
Mhm.
But it is stuck sometimes. And just like placed in that family situation. How interesting.
Mhm.
I had one other experience this week. It's been a busy week. A
Mhm.
friend of mine came over and brought a friend. We're all artists, and this new friend that I found is channeling Jesus, and she's had some unbelievable experiences, and she's afraid of them. So we're going to get together more often and work through some of her stuff. She's been through some really weird stuff. I don't want to get into it, but she thinks other people think she's crazy. And I said, no, you're not crazy. No, don't worry about it. You are not crazy. You are going through something real. And we both agreed that, she's authentic for sure. Like, we can tell it's not, she's just struggling with how to deal with it.
Right.
And so we're probably going to be getting together more often and working through some of the things just for all of us, like because she needs a circle. She has no one.
Yeah.
So it's really cool actually. And yeah, I'm looking like I'm just meeting so many like-minded people that just need to be around other like-minded people. So it's very cool that and my friend, it was funny because she loves me and it's so feels so good to be loved.
Aw.
And she she trusts me, right? She trusts me that we're going to do the right thing for this girl because well, I should say girl, she's got a kid that's 20, so it's not like she's a girl, but she seems young in for what she's been through. She's young in her spiritual growth of understanding it
Mhm.
because she was fighting it for so long. And her the things that she told us are like, okay, well, and we're interpreting for her because she doesn't know how to interpret them. And yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm looking forward to working with her and helping her and she's got a good understanding of the evil versus good. She has had some that have come through that have been not been genuine and with the right intention. And so she did get a protector and now Jesus is coming through. She didn't even know it was Jesus. She thought it was this other name, which he is called by, you know how Jesus says, I am known by many names.
Yeah.
Well, one of the names, and I can't remember what it is right now, but one of the names that he's called by, I didn't recognize, but Shelley did. And she said, oh my God, that's Jesus.
Okay.
That's one of the names that he is. And she said, oh, well, I didn't know that. And I didn't know that either. And and so we've kind of agreed. Yeah, I think it is. So it's very interesting. She's had some of her guides are alien, and she's actually seen some of them in real life, like from a distance, and then saw the light in the sky. And she was up on top of a mountain in Kananaskis where a grizzly bear was actually at their camp, and she was able to somehow this grizzly bear hung around for a whole day, came and touched their tent, moved things around, and but did not harm them. And she got the message that the the aliens were actually protecting her.
Oh.
So, and she was there with her 4 kids, age 7 to 15,
Oh.
and just her. And so, yeah, really, really interesting things have happened to her. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, is all I
Yeah.
can say. I'm looking forward to working with her and helping her find her way because I think she's got a job to do, but she doesn't have a clue what it is yet. And I don't either, but she definitely needs some support.
Have you invited her into the sanctuary or Radiant
No,
Woman?
not yet, not yet. Um, yeah, we only had like 1 hour where we were talking, then she had to go to work and such. So we're definitely going to be getting together more often and yeah, I'll be giving her all the info so that she's got it.
Gives her support too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But
For
yeah.
sure, for sure. But yeah, it's interesting, like I say, when you open up yourself to be around that support and be a support for others, I think it just comes,
Yeah. It does.
right?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
When you
Yeah.
least expect it too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies, I am going to call it a day here for us. Keep painting if you so choose, or drawing, or being creative. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. So you have a
Yeah,
family
have a good
function this
weekend.
weekend? Lee?
Yeah, yeah, I do too.
Is your sister, your, I don't know how you word that, your best friend going to be there?
Oh no. Oh no.
No. So that
No,
not
my
that big of that big of a family function.
well, yeah, no. We'll never be at a family function together again.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
For sure. So
Yeah, because she
Because
was
it's
kind of
split.
included through her brother. Which-
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, at least you don't have that tension there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys, thank you for all your love and conversation. And I will see you guys next Thursday.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Alrighty. Have a good
Enjoy.
weekend.
Bye. Have a great
Love
weekend,
you.
everyone.
Bye.